in our live build series. So today we're going to be adding a very small but pretty significant upgrade to the existing nurture system. We're going to be adding a sixth email. So we've done 5, which follow the pretty standard template of delivery, insight, activity, invitation, and urgency. Now, at this point, a lot of people would probably just move leads into their, their newsletter sequence or their generic kind of nurture sequence. But what I want to do is try and re-engage with what I call the value loop email. Now, this is going to keep you top of mind for your new contacts, for people that have just downloaded your evergreen lead magnet. You don't have to pitch, you don't have to spam, you don't have to write something new for every single lead magnet or every single piece of content that you've got. This is an email that's going to deliver real value. It's going to link to an asset that you've already got, and it's going to keep your leads in the loop. What I mean by in the loop is that they're literally going to be encouraged to continue to consume your content. We're going to direct them to a blog or to a video or to a podcast or to a joint venture webinar or something significantly valuable that's going to address a related problem to the one that they've already got in touch about. And so that's going to, again, lift you, add credibility, add authority, and encourage them to keep consuming what you're doing. So let me show you what I mean. So this is our workbook. If you want the workbook, just comment week 2 and we'll get the workbook sent out to you. So yesterday we made some small improvements to a 5-day nurture sequence. We kind of strengthened the CTAs. We made sure we had personalization. We added social proof or a personal detail to encourage empathy and relationship building. So, we really revisited and refined that, which is an important part of this process. We can't just set and forget. We have to keep going and keep reviewing and keep iterating, okay? And so today, we're going to add our value loop. Now, why does this matter? Because, as I've just said, at the end of your content piece specific nurture sequence, so for example, this 5-day nurture sequence we've just built, most coaches, consultants, and advisors will just, start sending their regular newsletter. We want to try and make sure that these leads stay engaged and excited and enthusiastic about this amazing new resource, that they have just found. So we do that by sharing another related piece of content that has incredible value to it, okay? And that's just what this is here. It's a trust builder, conversation extender, and a momentum keeper. We want to keep that enthusiasm going. So how do we write it? It's not overly complicated, but there is a nice structure that I like to use, okay? So we start with a genuine insight. This has to be genuine. This can't just be made up. This has to be an experience that your lead, that your audience has and is consciously aware of, okay? So when I say that most coaches, consultants, and advisors don't have a lead problem, they have a follow-up problem. Many of you are probably going to be going, do you know what? You're right. I do have a follow-up problem. I could do with more leads, but if I followed up, I wouldn't need quite as many. So what is that recognizable, relatable insight that you can share with your audience that's going to get them going, do you know what? He is right. Then we're going to want to share that podcast episode, that video, that article, that LinkedIn newsletter, whatever that awesome piece of content is that you've got that relates to that insight. This is where we're going to share that. And it doesn't have to be a huge email here. Okay, we want this to be sharp and short so that they go straight to the thing that's interesting. not reading, the Magna Carta of emails. So I just like to share. That's why I've recorded this short video explaining how I use email automation to turn new leads into book calls, even weeks after they've opted in. Okay, that sounds like it's going to solve this problem that we've just shared. So how do we do that? Make sure it's enticing, that it doesn't seem like it's going to be hard work. I wouldn't share a 90-minute webinar, 5-10-minute video, 3-4, maybe 5-minute article, something like that. That's going to be easy for them to consume, but is going to have a tangible outcome for them. Okay. And then open another loop. So we're going to end with some curiosity. We're going to end with a hint of what's coming next. That way, once they've clicked through, got the value here, they're going to go, definitely going to open that next email because I know it's going to have something good in it. Okay. And then again, this isn't a huge line. Tomorrow I'll show you how to personalize follow-ups. Great. That'll be valuable as well. If you want, you can add a little PS or a question, something to try and capture a reply to that email. We do this for a few different reasons. One, it personalizes the relationship. It opens that conversation. Two, it's very, very good for email deliverability. If people reply, that is going to get you in the inbox next time. And if we want to, we can add an automation step here so that our funnel is going to track any replies that come in, and we could send some kind of email back. We could send a text message. We could just send an alert to ourselves so that we know to jump in and send some kind of manual or personalized response. But that's a nice step. You could even just tag them and engaged so that you know that they're a highly engaged member of your audience. So when you want to make an offer, maybe you'll only make it to that segment rather than the people that haven't opened an email for 90 days. So lots of different options there. And here's my example. So all of this, this whole page has just come down to a few lines here. We've got a nice intriguing subject line. Most people stop too early. It doesn't tell you exactly what the email is about, but it does make you question, what do you mean? What do you mean? Have I stopped too early? So again, it's not a hard sell. It's a little bit ambiguous, but it does instigate curiosity, and that's what we want with our subject lines. And then you can see I've just put all of the example sentences together into one email. Okay, so this is in the workbook. If you want the workbook, just comment week 2 below and we'll get that out to you. And as you can see in the funnel map that we created last week, where we've got all of our assets, where we've got all of our emails written, you can see that I have already added email 6. Sorry, here we go. So this is our funnel map with all our assets and all of our email copy, because I've said you have to keep it. It is best practice to keep it separate so that you can edit it in a document and then share it with your team to put into the system, share it with me to put in the system, copy it and paste it in yourself. But it's really good to have these in a separate document instead of live in the system. Okay, so I've written it here. We've got our merge field in place, and that's all ready for us to copy into our automation. So if I jump into Uplevel, and you can see, sorry, when we first go into our Uplevel or into our GoHighLevel account, we're going to start on the dashboard. So we want to edit our automation. So we're going to go down the left-hand side here to automation. And I'm currently working on a lead generation automation, which is my LBS, Live Build Series, lead magnet funnel. And this is what we built last week. You can see we've got email 1, email 2, email 3, email 4, email 5. So I want to add email 6. So all I'm going to do is click on these 3 dots here and go copy. I want to copy all the actions. So I want this email step and I want this wait step. So I'm going to copy that down below. And then I'm going to go email 6 and value loop. And again, you know, if you watched me last week, then you know I like to give these action names a pretty specific title so that we know exactly what's going on without having to open up the step. Okay. So I'm literally just going to come to here and we'll copy that subject line. And then we'll come back here and we'll paste that in. Now I'll go back and I'll grab and then we'll just delete this and paste and match style. And again, it looks like it's kept the right styling, but I'm just going to double check anyway. And see, it's gone onto Verdana by default, but I like Helvetica New. And then we'll just add our spacing in. So you can see this doesn't take very long once you've got all of this in place. Okay. We've got our funnel map in our document here. We've got our existing automation, so we know where everything is and how to get to it. So when we just copy and paste it over, it all comes together really, really quickly. Okay, so I'm going to save that action. I'm going to save my workflow. And then I'm just going to send myself a test email to make sure that it shows up the way that I want it to. Now, this whole process has taken me, 12 minutes. Now, admittedly, I had the email written already, but in the 6 or 7 minutes I spent introducing, that's how long it probably would have taken me to write the email anyway. So we've gone from nothing to having written and added another step to our lead magnet funnel inside 12 minutes. So making improvements to your funnel doesn't have to take a long time. It just takes a little bit of intention. So if you map out half an hour, once a week, once a fortnight, and go, right, I'm going to review my nurture sequence. I'm going to review my lead magnet funnel. I'm going to review my client onboarding. Then you can consistently improve and iterate and get better and better and better at all of these things that you're doing inside your Uplevel account. I'm just going to grab this email just so we can check that it's come out okay. Oh, hasn't come through yet. Let me refresh that. Maybe I misspelled the email address. In Uplevel, in GoHighLevel, these test emails tend to come through very, very quickly. Typically less than 30 seconds. So I'm just going to assume I made a spelling mistake, and I'm going to send that test email again. Great. And now they've both come through at the same time, which is perfect. So if I open that up there, here we go. So that's come through. Always display images. There we go. And that looks just the way I want it to look. Obviously, I haven't put my link in yet, but you'll have a link ready to go. So you would just make sure that works as well. And then that's it. We've added, or we've made quite a powerful change to an existing asset in less than 15 minutes. Now, this value loop is a really, really good way to make sure that new leads stay engaged, stay enthusiastic, and build empathy with you and with your business and your vision. Okay, so jump in, comment week 2. I'll send through the workbook. And do this in your CRM, whichever platform you're using. Make sure you add this value loop email to your nurture sequence for your lead magnets. Okay. Now that's it. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to do some really cool personalized videos and send those out to leads. All right. I look forward to seeing you then.